I'm going to be talking about seeing the beauty of the Lord, mystics on nature as theophany. And I'm going to be talking primarily about three mystics: Augustine of Hippo, Francis of Assisi, and John of the Cross, after a brief kind of introduction. And then I hope we'll be able to have a nice discussion with Rebecca and with you all. So no one has ever seen God. The only begotten Son, who is at the bosom of the Father, has made him known. This passage from John's prologue is echoed later in the Gospel when Philip asks, Lord, show us the Father, and it will be enough for us. Christ responds, Philip, I've been such a long time with you, and you still have not known me. He who sees me sees the Father. A bedrock of Christian belief is that we cannot see God directly in this life. But the purpose of the incarnation was for God's Son to become visible in Jesus Christ, so that seeing and believing in him offers a way to the eventual beatific vision in heaven. Well, many Christians, especially seers and mystics, have claimed some kind of visionary experience of Jesus over the centuries after his return to his Father. The basic scriptural answer to this issue is that Jesus is indeed still visible, but not in himself. Rather, he can be seen in the body of those united to him in the church, especially the least fortunate. This is the message of the judgment scene in Matthew 25, when Jesus tells the saved that by giving succor to one of the least of his brethren, they gave this to me. And likewise, when the wicked are consigned to eternal perdition and told that the assistance they denied to the least of the brethren was also their denial of Jesus. So to refuse to see Jesus in the poor, the sick, the persecuted, and the downtrodden means that one will not see Jesus and his Father in heaven.
Start close in. Don't take the second step or the third. Start with the first thing, close in, the step you don't want to take. Start with the ground you know, the pale ground beneath your feet, your own way of starting the conversation. These are the first stanzas of David Whyte's poem, which is called Start Close In. And I'm starting with it because the themes I've promised to touch on in this talk, themes of pilgrimage and belonging, place and displacement, and what it means to come to stand on the earth as on holy ground, are dauntingly large. For me, they're deeply significant, but I feel as though I'm only at the beginning of learning how to approach them. So I thought it might help to share a little of what draws me to these themes, something of the pale ground beneath my feet, as a way of inviting you to wander with me and join your sense of things to our conversation. So this is called The Ground Beneath My Feet. In the past 11 years or so, I've been on a series of pilgrimages. Or maybe it's truer to say that each of these has been part of one larger, still unfinished pilgrimage towards a more integrated way of being in the world, a more faithful connection to the earth, and a fuller availability for encounter.